Hello friends, I am CA Prem Garg. First of all, I must thank the organizers for giving me an opportunity to share my thoughts with such intellectual set of people. As I am not an architect, so I can't give my views on the type of the buildings or construction in the city. But as a resident of this city for the last 40 years, I have certain observations which in this limited time I will like to share. For me, the buildings don't matter. It is the character of the people of the city which matters. We should have the city beautiful as well as the honest city. Like I was reading that people of Mumbai have been ranked as the most honest people amongst the top 5 honest cities of the world. Of course, we can leave apart the politicians and police, but Mumbaikars are by and large honest people and they are concerned only with their day-to-day activities. So, we should look at the city 25 years from now, not today what it is, but it should be after 25 years, because we should give to our next generation a city, really a dynamic city with a soul. By not taking more time, I will straightway shift to some of the issues which come to my mind all the time. Like, we should have a long-term vision. We should not leave the city in the hands of 3 or 4 officers or one MP or some municipal councillors. We should leave the city to the people of the city, for which the first and paramount importance is of RWS. Each sector should have a RW, an autonomous RW. We have got more than 60 sectors. If there are 11 member or 7 member RWs in every sector duly elected, howsoever inefficient they may be, but the power gets down to the people in the real Swaraj model. These RWs should be given financial powers to tackle with the issues of hygiene, cleanliness, internal roads, parking within the sectors, maintenance of parks, security of the people, like appointment of chowkidars, etc. These should be as per the wishes of the people of those sectors. Moreover, we can't leave the fate of the city, as I said earlier, to only few people. Let all the people be engaged in the activity of the city. Secondly, because it will not be possible to deal with all the subjects, I come to some subjects like Chandigarh housing flats. Chandigarh housing flats, people have been struggling for the last many decades to get the need-based changes regularized. There should be a policy with human touch that needs of the housing board people should be addressed, and there should be a policy like these housing board flats are getting old. These are, I think, 30 to 40 years old, and now with the passage of time these should be replaced with new buildings. So in this, I had suggested to the Chandigarh Housing Board to frame a policy that some developers are given the task to develop these flats into 7-story building like 63 sector flats, and the existing residents can be given the flats free of cost or at some nominal charges, and the upper storage can be retained by the developer and the administration, so that in the next 10 or 20 years there is lot of activity in the city, and the city really becomes smart city, because these old flats don't go with the smart city tag. Similarly, there is one issue of water harvesting. The administration has asked every resident to have rain harvesting system in the within their premises, which to my mind is very costly as well as it is not practical, because there will be no check what is being thrown into that rain harvesting pit. So I suggest that there should be rain harvesting system should be put at the end of a row of houses, and the people should contribute towards that rain harvesting system. It will be economical also, and there will be it will be more practical to have a rain harvesting pit system for say 20 houses or 25 houses in a row. Similarly, about water, I always feel there should be big water reservoirs in the city. Like we can have a big reservoir under Rose Garden or big parks of the city. You will be knowing that in Bombay, this hanging gardens, I don't know what is its present name. This hanging garden is nothing but a big reservoir of the water. Since decades, water needs of the city have been met by this water reservoir. Even today, a part of Mumbai is being taken care of this big reservoir, and it was constructed, I think, in 1958 or so. Similarly, this ridge on Shimla, this Shimla ridge is nothing but a big water reservoir, and water needs of the city have been being met for so many years from this reservoir. So similarly, we can have big reservoirs that will not only fill the aquifers of the city, but also will take care of the general water needs of the city. Some such things can be thought of. Then comes this dumping ground. Dumping ground issue must be solved. You must have seen this big fire last week. There should be a policy, like one of my very good friend Kush Singh was suggesting yesterday, that we can have a place like in some nearby mountains where there is no chance of pollution of the water. We can buy some place and start putting this garbage into that to be converted into the compost. This present land, I think it is 25 acres, must be worth 500 crores. This land can be utilized. At least the new garbage should not be put on this mountain of garbage. We can buy some place in nearby Punjab or Haryana, away from population, which can be used as garbage with modern techniques, where there is no stench, and this garbage can be utilized for generation of electricity or compost. Then the issue of leasehold. This has been hanging fire for so many years. I always wonder why this leasehold system was not made transferable. Had it been made transferable, the exchequer would have earned millions of rupees by way of stamp duty and long capital gains taxes. But I don't know why the leasehold rights were restricted to be transferred. These should have been made transfer from day one. There are many issues, but due to shortage of time, I don't think that the organizer will like such big lengthy speeches. Of course, I will love to come and have live discussions at some later stage. Thank you very much.